Yeah, no, that's it. I think we've come here today. You could tell they were up for it. The gaffers, before the game, saying that they've been playing well, not conceding many goals. So yeah, we always knew it was going to be a tough game. Said to the lads before we came in, anybody, don't matter who you play in the North West Counties, you're going to get your game, and that proved it today. I thought first half we were a bit lucky. I thought they possibly could have gone 1 or 2 up in the first half. We had a couple of chances as well. So. But yeah, I thought they had slightly better the first half down the hill. I thought it was pretty much all those second half, and then obviously towards the end, we had to withstand some balls in the box and long throw-ins in corners. But the lads stood firm and defended really well.
Yeah, it had a sort of cup feel to it where they were the underdogs, and it's not always as straightforward as that seems on paper. It never seems to sort of work out that way, and we had to really battle for that today.
That's it. Coming here today, looking at the pitch, we thought it looks decent, but it was heavy, bobbly. We had to play percentage football today, so sometimes a little bit different than what we used to. Going long a lot more than we had to, or we've played recently, but that was it. The lads have said, we needed to put it on them second half, and we did. And I thought Dan Mack and Adam towards the end did really well for us, winning headers towards the end and holding it up in positions down the pitch, and which obviously helped us ease the pressure a little bit. And look, always going to be tough when you come to these places, especially cup games. Teams who are league below us, they see us as a bit of a scalp. And they put in a good performance, and fair play to New Mills, to be honest.
Yeah, in these cup games, it's sort of like the performance is sort of secondary. It's just about getting. Most important thing is just about getting the win and getting into the next round.
Yeah, well, cup competitions recently have always ended up with a few injuries, haven't they, for us? So I'm just glad today. Really, I've come through the game without any injuries. That's the most important thing. We've got a very, very tough fixture run coming up, and we need every single player available if we're going to get through that fixture pile up. But yeah, no, look, that was the main thing. No injuries. Into the hat for the next round. And I thought the lads worked really hard today and defended really well.
Speaking of the depth of the squad, it was great to see Charlie get on the score sheet. Made 3 changes today from the weekend's game. Just how important is that? Obviously, it's not an 11-man team every single week. They're always going to change as and when. So it's important to have a big squad that can always come in to do a job.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him pre-season with Charlie when he came with us. He's got an eye for a goal, and obviously he gave me an opportunity there in the centre of the park today. I thought he did okay in moments. I thought he could have done better in moments. Lads have just taken the mick out of him a little bit in the changing rooms there, saying he didn't do much but he scores. You know what I mean? So look, I thought the lads worked well. It was a dogged performance, and when it dropped to Charlie on the sort of inside the box there, he's got the technique to do that, and he obviously scored a great goal.
Yeah, defensively, we have been very good. Last 4 or 5. I mean, the Abbey Hay goal we conceded late on, that was the only goal we conceded in the last 4 games. You must be really pleased with that.
Yeah, defensively, I think we're sound. I think we're getting it. We're getting what we wanted from the team. We've just named Kane Dean in the man of the match today. Again, I thought he was absolutely tremendous. There was times where they were putting it into the corner, and Kane was putting his body on the line to shield the ball out of play, and I thought he was tremendous today. As was Jacob, Trey, the back line again, and that's what we've said. We've said now that is a platform for us to build. You know what I mean? If we can keep clean sheet. We've got the players at the top end of the field to score the goals. So early on in the season we were conceding too many. If we tightened up that, which we have done. We get one chance and we score, and we come away with a 1-0 win, we'll take that all day long.
So we've got a very crowded fixture list now for the next few weeks and months. And we go to Liverland on Wednesday, then we're back in cup action on Saturday, back-to-back away games. You and the lads must be relishing
it, yeah, and also it's tough, isn't it? Like I say, lads are putting a shift today, and then we've got to rest up now. We got Liverland on Wednesday. Obviously go to the FA Vars on Saturday, another away trip, but then we're back home for Padiham the following Tuesday. So they come thick and fast, the fixtures, don't they? So and it's good that we could use a few of the lads today and make 3 changes. Obviously, good to get Connor Hughes on the pitch, even if it was for 10 minutes at the end there. Connor needs Matt's fitness, and obviously, you just saw his quality at the end there when he put that ball into Adam Dale at the end, and I think the sun was in his eyes. So, unfortunately, we could have made it 2-0 at the end and a little bit more comfortable, but that just shows you, obviously, the quality that hopefully we'll have in depth over the coming weeks.
Yeah, I mentioned the depth of the squad before, obviously, and especially at our level where you've got lads who've got full-time jobs going to work and then playing a game of football. It's so important. I mean, every team has that, so it's difficult for every team in this league to sort of play Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. It's all about recovery now and just getting yourself ready for.
Of course it is, and look, it's difficult. I just looked at the run of fixtures, and a few months ago we had 4 fixtures in the next couple of weeks. Now we've got 6, and it's like, they just throw fixtures in there where they can, and sometimes I think they need to look at the well-being of the players. You know what I mean? These lads are working. Jacob's been grafting this morning, doing Saturday morning work, and then comes to the ground to play. And yeah, sometimes these fixtures can be quite taxing on them. When they throw a fixture in midweek when the lads were looking for a bit of a rest, or we can train, do a light session or whatever. It is tough, and look, I don't want to complain too much because it's the same for everybody in this league. This is the way the league is, and we knew what we were getting into when we started the league. But yeah, it's not easy. We've just got to try and manage it best we can. We don't carry a big squad as it is. We carry 16 lads with a few lads from the under-21s, as you've seen Eddie in today, Changi, Reese, these lads who've come in, Kai, have been fantastic for us, and they will keep coming in throughout the season as and when we need them.
Yeah, I was really impressed with them in the last round at Ireland. They didn't look a foot out of place.
Yeah.
And obviously Changi came in, and obviously one of the lads got on the score sheet as well. So it's very important. Our system, we've got a Chadderton, we've got the under-18s, 21s, moulded into that first team with the reserves just before it. So how important is the step for the youth players?
It's very important because, myself, it's not easy to go and get players, from other clubs that are playing well, or it's hard to sort of entice them to come, especially in the middle of the season. So we have to look to our under-21s lads, and we have got some very good players. We have got some quality lads. So why have that pathway and not use it? So that's the way myself and Ben feel. Is if there's an opportunity to use some of these lads who are coming through our system, then we will do, and we're going to have to over the course of the next couple of months with the fixtures that we've got on the calendar. So, but can't complain too much. We're what, four in a row now. Only conceded 1 in those 4 games. So we're riding the crest of a wave at the minute. It wasn't the best performance today, but it was scrappy for both sides, I think. But like I said, just happy to come away with a win in the act for the next round.
Yeah, finally, you mentioned some injuries there. Obviously, we've lost Matty, sadly, till next season. Just how influential has he been, and also the likes of Sloaney? How long are we looking at for those players?
Sloaney, I think probably a week or 2 maybe. I think he might be back in training next week. He's overcome his ankle injury. Just needs to be assessed by the physio now, and then we'll hopefully go and get him back in training next week. Obviously we know about Matty. Matty's more long term, so we're probably without him for the rest of the season, depending on how his surgery goes. But it's a long road to recovery for Matty, so we'll be there to support him. We've got an event on the 15th of November at the football club to support Matty, and I'm sure it'll be well supported, and we'll try and raise as much money as we can for him.